the last lesson we have learned, we have started learning heights and distances, like using trigonometry. Heights and distances, we have heights and distances. Okay. So using trigonometry. So I already explained very clearly in my last lesson. Those who did not see, please see the last lesson. In a right angle triangle, I will just explain in the other way. ABC is the right angle triangle. So BC is always considered as a height because vertically it is vertical. So all the vertical things we call them as a height, and BC, the horizontal ones, we call it as a distance. Okay. So the same thing will be applied to the daily life situations also. All the poles, towers, buildings, they will have a particular height, mountains, okay, etc., etc. So they have that height. So these same concepts will be applied in those situations. Okay. For example, there is an electric pole. Okay, there is an electric pole. Electric pole, how are you going to draw? This is the electric pole. So now electric pole usually will be there on the base. So this is the electric pole. The red color one is electric pole I have drawn. So the electric pole, it is not a right angle triangle, it is electric pole. So all the poles stands vertically. So that means 90 degrees. So this is a height. This electric pole is height. Okay. So then there is a person at C, okay, and this person is observing the top of the tower with some angle. So this is the angle, right? Let me say this angle is theta. So that means a person is at C, that means on the ground, and this person is observing the top of the tower, the top of the electric pole. Say this is electric pole, AB is electric pole. So with an angle of theta, at a distance of d meters from the foot of the tower. So this is the foot of the tower, and this is the top of the electric pole or tower, and this is a person, point of observation. This is called point of observation. Right? So this person is observing the above the horizontal. So such angles, this angle we call it as angle of elevation. If the angle lies above the horizontal, in that particular situation we call it as a angle of elevation. Okay, angle of elevation. So now finally after drawing the situation, you have to represent the given situation in a diagrammatic form. So if you represent the given information in the diagrammatic form, you will be finding a right angle triangle, ABC. So again, our concepts can be applied easily, right? You can find out distance, height. Sometimes height will be there, electric poles of same height, maybe 10 meters is the electric pole, and find the distance between BC. Otherwise, a wire is tied up like this. Find the length of the wire, whatever. Okay. So if you picturize the given information in the form of a diagram, so you will be definitely getting a right angle triangle. If you don't get a right angle triangle, you cannot apply trigonometric ratios. So here there are two angles. One angle is angle of elevation. So angle of elevation is the angle which are above the horizontal. So then what is the other angle? What happened if it is below? Again I will just represent. There is a building. Let me draw a building. This is a building. Okay, I will put red color again. So AB is the building. Now in the previous case, AB is a tower, electric pole. Now AB is a building. So this is ground. Right? Now the point of observation is at the top of the building. The person is at the top. So this is building now. Okay. Now in the previous case, the person is there on the ground, and the point he is observing the top. That means the point which is above the horizontal. Now here the person is at A, the top of the tower, top of the building, and he is observing an object on the ground, horizontal. So observing, how he is observing, this is the observation, line of observation, that point. And you have to draw the horizontal also, because every point of observation there should be an horizontal. So this horizontal, let me change the color, right? This is the horizontal, right? So now here in this case, this angle will be the angle of observation. Angle of observation will be there, point, line of observation with the horizontal. At the top there is no horizontal, but you have to imagine that there is a horizontal. Okay, so here most of the students will get confused. This they will take as the angle. No, only this angle always should be between the line of observation and the horizontal. Okay, so now here theta is below the horizontal, right? Below the horizontal. In such cases, this angle we call it as a angle of depression. Angle of depression. So there are two angles of angles here. One is angle of depression, the other one is angle of elevation. So though you have a different figures, definitely you have a right angle triangle here, and you have a right angle triangle here also. So now what is the difference? So here, because this is a horizontal and this is also a horizontal, and if this angle is theta degrees and this is also theta, alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, these two are parallel lines, and AC will become a transversal. So alternate interior angles are equal. This concept we have learned in 8th and 9th also. So now if you just consider ABC, again we have got one angle here, right? One height here, one distance here, one hypotenuse here, whatever. So in this concept, in this video, you have just understand what is an angle of depression and what is an angle of elevation. So angle of depression, angle of elevation. So you have to understand very properly, perfectly, what is angle of depression. Angle of depression is always the below the horizontal. Okay, angle of elevation always it is above the horizontal, right? So sometimes both will be at the same time. Let me draw a separate figure here. Let me draw a separate figure. So a person is at a tower, a building. This is one building. Let me draw a ground here. Let me draw a ground here. On the ground there are two buildings. Okay, one building is here. One building is here. Okay, one building is here. So the person which is first building is AB and the second building is CD. Right? I am just explaining the situation and also drawing the figure also. So if the person which is there on the shortest building, if he is observing the top of the other building, so how the line of observation will come? This is the line of observation. So at this line of observation, you should be able to draw the line of horizontal also. This is the horizontal. So now here you just see here this angle, the angle between the horizontal and the above the horizontal, this is called angle of elevation. So same person at this point, this is observed at the foot of the building. Okay, let me draw the foot of the building. So from the same point A, one is observed the top above the horizontal, one object is below the horizontal. So let me say this angle is alpha. Alpha, beta, gamma, theta, pi, all these are the Greek letters which are generally used for representing the angles. So now this alpha we call it as angle of depression, and this theta we call it as angle of elevation. I hope you have understood what is angle of elevation and what is angle of depression. In my next class, in my next video, we will do some problems.